Hey, we're gonna tie a we are gonna tie a tube trout streamer with Pine Squirrel and a brush. It's a really great little fly. That's what it's gonna come out looking like. And so let's get going. I'm starting with a nano tube on a flexi needle, and this is a hook guide. And I've actually shortened this hook guide. It was about this long. I just wanted to shorten it a little bit because I'm that way. Get seated there. This is a black drop weight, probably a small. So I'm going to use a 10-aught Vivus. You could use a 6. You could use an 8. Doggone it, it's not critical. I'm not using a 210 because I don't want to build up a lot of bulk in the front when I'm gonna get my cone on. Now this is polar chenille, UV copper, and it's medium. It's just a little spiky little thing. Could use a chenille body? Of course you could. Could use a dub body? Of course you could. The point is, I chose this. It's not going to hold a lot of water. Easy to cast. Sink nicely. This drop weight will help it sink just the right. Now this fly isn't going to go down, down, down. It's just going to go down, just perfect. Now so because I have a little bit of loft here, I can go right ahead and add in my ice wing. So you could use a crystal flash. I like ice wing because it's really messy. It's really messy stuff. You probably could have made some good Muppet hair out of this stuff. I don't know if any of our tires are old enough to remember the Muppets. Maybe so. Okay, now, Jay, don't forget the Pine Squirrel. This Pine Squirrel is pretty cool stuff. It's not easy to get. If you can't get this, I would suggest I'm gonna make this kind of long. I would suggest something like a micro rabbit strip. Hairline carries those. It's a skinnier strip. I'm looking particularly for, I'm trimming the end off this because my intuition tells me I was 1/4 of an inch too long. Anyway, I have right here, I have a brush. And this is a Sommerlatte's Foxy brush. It's root beer and orange. Got a little bit of orange in there, a little bit of root beer color, a little bit of flash. Just awesome stuff. Tie this in here. So this is not a fly I would choose to fish in a lake, in still water. I don't know why. I'm quite sure you could just float along and kick along in your kick tube. Drag this behind the boat. There's no reason in the world this wouldn't fish. But I don't think about these as a lake fly, but you should. If you fish lakes, and if a fly of this magnitude is effective, or if it's not, goodness gracious, give it a try. How are you going to find out what might work if you don't try it? I did 2 or 3 turns there. Sure. Now see, so I especially did not want a lot of buildup right here with my thread. Make sure any loose hairs are undone. Secure my thread with a whip finish. I'm gonna ease my thread up there so I don't get a knot in it. Here we go. A little bit of Loctite. Might not need it, but I kind of like it. Now somewhere I have a cone. Now my cone's on the floor. Here we go. You could obviously choose many different kinds. The nice thing about the Pro Sport Fisher is everything fits. This little bright red one looks pretty good. Now I will mention now while I am working on finishing this that the size of the hook you use should be geared to the size of the trout, in some respects, the trout you're going to catch. If I was fishing this for great big old trout, I might use a 2. But if I'm fishing it for 12-inch trout, 14-inch trout, I might use even an 8. So this is what happens. You trim your tube too long. I'm going to go back at it. Now it's where it ought to be. Anyway, the point is, you want to minimize the injury to the fish. So I've used the smallest, here's my tube opener-upper. The smallest hook that's consistent with hooking fish and not injuring them. So there we have Pine Squirrel Tube Trout Streamer. Really nice little subtle looking pattern. I hope you have fun tying these and experimenting with them and have a great time out on the water. Thank you.